Then I went and told my guys that I saw this amount of money in my uncle's room. There's this suitcase that he brought to the house. And they were like, how much do you think the money is worth? I said, I don't know, but it's huge, oh. It might be millions. Oh. And they were like, millions? That means we need to plan on how we'll get that money now. We'll all of us share. Since moreover, your uncle is not even giving you money at home, at least it will benefit you.
Yo, my people, it's the people them daddy Vatri, aka Vatri Fiskatafara. Chi! I've said this before and I'll say it again. Inside this life, another life the inside. And inside that life, Wahala no the finish. Okay guys, I want to thank each and every one of you that has been sharing and commenting on our videos. You guys have been so amazing. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. You might not know what you have been doing for a whole lot of persons that have been coming on this platform. You have saved souls, you have saved people from going astray, you've saved them, and rather you've made them had a rethink of things they had wanted to do or things they had felt very comfortable of doing. I've gotten so many testimonies from fans, I've gotten so many testimonies for my clients based on your comments. So I really appreciate you, your shares and everything has been wonderful. For those of you that prayed for me during the Amapere saga, I love you all. I really want to send my appreciation through this platform to say I really appreciate all that you did for me, the love, the prayers, the calls. Like so many persons called me to cheer me up, to pray with me. I thank each and every one of you. God bless you and God will continue to bless you. So as for going back to meet the Amapere guy, I have been discussing with my team and we've been talking about it. We spoke with the pastor too. We've been talking about how to go back, if to go back or not. So please, I will appreciate each and every one of you if you drop your opinion too on this video to tell me what to do. Okay, I have a young man in front of me. He said he has so many things that have been disturbing him, or rather something that has been disturbing him. So I want him to share with us so that we can know how to address this matter. Thank you very much and God bless you. So please tell my audience why you're here and what you want them to do for you.
Okay, the reason why I am here is because there was something that I did in the past, and that thing has been bothering me, has been making me to be unstable for a long while now. Well, it all started when I was staying with my uncle. Then I just finished my secondary school. So after writing my SSC, I was still with this my uncle. He had three sons, and all of us kind of finished the same time. But in the process of we trying to secure admission, I didn't make my jam. So while the other boys made their jam, it's not as if the boys were kind of age mate, but some of them had a delay in school. So that made all of us to like finish the same time. But the three of them got admission and I didn't get. So I was still at home with my uncle doing things and all of that. So I was still telling my uncle that I still want to go to school. He was like, I'm not ready to go to school yet. That if I write jam again, I will still fail. That was the need of him spending money when he knows that my mind is not set. All these things that let him focus on the boys that are ready to go to school. So I was noticing some changes in his behavior and character. Most of the times when I would still approach him, he would shout, he would talk, and say that it's like I'm tired of staying with him in the house. Maybe I'll find another place that is comfortable for me. While his boys were happy study, most of the time when they come back now, some of them they don't even like the way we used to vibe and play. The thing is no longer there. Some of them they'll just go to their room, just lock themselves, do whatever they want. And me being the one that have been staying with him all this while, I'll be like washing the dishes, I do most of the house chores. So I think something happened one day that he told me to wash his car, and that period I didn't like wash the car immediately. So I went to my room and I slept off. So and I think he wanted to go out with the car that time. So because of that single act that he didn't wash the car when he wanted to go out. So when he came out, he saw that the car was very dirty, and he called me, and I told him that I forgot. So he was angry and slapped me that day. So he didn't even go out with the car again. So he just left the house. So while all these things were happening, I started like developing this hatred for him because I noticed that he was treating me differently from the way he used to treat his boys, unlike before, the way he used to be. He was not treating me differently and all of that. So I became like angry. Most of the time when I see himself to even greet him, I don't used to have that courage to greet him anymore. But I will just manage and just greet him. But the greeting is not even from my heart. But I just want to greet him. So I think a particular day, his boys they were around for some time. Then they went back to school. So after they went back to school, there was a day that he called me that I should help him and go and deposit some money into the most senior, that's the one that is older than all of us in the house, his account. That should be that they have issues that they need to sort out in school. That I should help him and go and deposit some money for them. So I said, okay, no problem. So he gave me 100,000 naira to go and deposit. So I went to the POS and deposited that money. So he called the boys to ask if they have received the money that he sent to them, and they said yes. So along that me myself being with him at home, I don't used to even get anything. Nothing. We just go out. The only thing that I know that I used to even benefit is just that I have a roof over my head. I used to sleep. So he doesn't even talk about my school, anything again. We just go out, do his work, come back. I will be at home doing things that like are not comfortable with me anymore. So I started having this grudge. Most of the time when he would go out to me too, I'll just go out. So I started hanging out with some of my guys around the hood. Knowing other people have gone to school, everybody nobody's at home with you. So I'll just hang out with some of my guys, just chill and all of that. So I started complaining to most of them. And one of them suggested that this one you're complaining is if you know where he used to keep his money, just take the money and rest now. What is all this one? So I said, okay, no problem. One day I tried searching his room to see if I would see some money. But the day I searched, I didn't like see much money. I think I saw about is it 10,005. So that was what I saw. So thinking of how I would take the money so that I won't notice, I just took only 4,000 inside that 10,005 and I left. And I noticed that he didn't even like when he came back for like weeks, he didn't even notice that maybe his money was missing or anything. So I think one particular day he came back to the house and he told me that I should go and drop one suitcase. And I carried the suitcase to his room and I just dropped it. So I left. So I think 2 days later, I just said, let me enter his room. He was not around. I said, let me enter his room. And when I entered the room, I was just looking for that suitcase if maybe he didn't go out with it. And finally, I saw the suitcase. I was just looking how I could open the suitcase and all of that. So I managed to like open it and I saw huge amount of money inside. At that moment, I was just thinking, how much should I take so that he won't notice? But I said, let me not take anything. So I just left. Then I went and told my guys that I saw this amount of money in my uncle's room. That is this suitcase that he brought to the house. And they were like, how much do you think the money is worth? I said, I don't know, but it's huge, oh. It might be millions. Oh. And they were like, millions? Ah, that means we need to plan on how we'll get that money now. We'll all of us share. Since moreover, your uncle is not even giving you money at home. At least it will benefit you. I said, how do we do it? Like we just arrange anyhow and just take it, or maybe you can even bring the suitcase. I said, no, me, I cannot carry the suitcase out of that house like that because he knows that I'm the only one that have seen that suitcase, so it will be hard for me to do that kind of a thing. So one of them suggested, okay, what if we just maybe go and rob him and take the money? I was like, is that one possible? He said, we just arrange and go and rob him. Like we just call some boys and they will get at least 2 guns that we'll use for the operation. So I was like, okay, that will be better now. But I hope nobody will be harmed. They said, no, just to get the money and just move. I said, okay, no problem. So that particular day, I made the arrangement with them because I told them me I would be at home so that I won't suspect anything. So I'll just be at home when they'll come and do the robbery and everything. So they were like, hey, no problem, definitely you'll be at home. I will come. So they came and they came around, and that day they were supposed to come. That evening was when my cousin, that's my uncle's first son, came back. I don't know what brought him back to the house. He came back to the house that day. So I was thinking, this one is around. Let him not come and spoil our mission. Oh. But I said, moreover, I planned everything since we are not doing any bad thing, just to take money and just go. So those boys, they came the night while we were in the parlor, just watching football. They came and they like freezed everybody and was asking my uncle, where's the money, where's the money, and all of that. They were just hitting us with guns. So me knowing that I was part of them, I was just like covering my face and just not trying to do anything that will make me look suspicious.
Okay.
Then they did the operation, and my uncle was saying he does not even have any money in the house, he does not have anything. But they I were asking, where's the suitcase? Where's the suitcase? And it was like, you don't have anything, you don't have. They said, oh, you don't want to give us the money, you don't want to give us the money. So with that thing that we do, they started hitting him with the gun. So he says, hey, you take them to the room and bring it. So they followed
That was
him.
your uncle. So,
Yes, my uncle.
okay.
Because he was not scared.
Okay.
So they took him to the room and he gave them the suitcase. So they opened it and they saw that there was enough money. So they were like rushing down so that they will go. So me, I was just trying to I was struggling with them that they should take this thing, they should leave the money. They should leave the money. They were like, I used to be, come on, leave this bag. We'll shoot you, we'll shoot you. So while I was doing that thing, because that was part of our initial arrangement too,
Okay.
to make it look like I was trying to fight them. So when my cousin saw me doing that, him too, he decided to join me and started
To
dragging,
support you.
to support me, and we're dragging the money with them. And before you know, he just dragged the suitcase from one of the gang members' hand, and one of them got angry and just shot him. I was just like, at that moment, I was afraid because that was not part of what we discussed, that we were not supposed to shoot anybody. Really, they shot him. They just left with the suitcase. They all ran off. So me now, I was scared. I don't even know what to do. At that moment, my uncle was just shouting because my cousin was already bleeding at that instant. So we managed to rush him to the hospital, but our hospital things are he didn't make it. So since this incident happened, I've not been myself. Knowing that I was part of the gang that came to rob my uncle's house, and in the process they killed his first son. I've been very sad. And when I watched one of your confession that people like a guy was saying something about similar case, so I said, maybe this is the only way I can just say mine also, because nobody knew that I was part of any of those crimes, because thought that it was normal criminals that came, yes, and they did their robbery and so on, because I was in the house. If I wasn't in the house, I think that it would have been suspicious.
Okay.
So
So basically, basically, why are you here? Do you want to free your mind? You just came to free your mind, or you need help? You need people to advise you on what to do, if you should confess to your uncle, or what? What exactly do you want as a solution right now?
yeah, the first thing is I needed to free my mind because I could not talk to anyone. There is no one I can tell about this story.
Okay.
Yeah, that's even when I contacted you and you told me that I was not going to show my face, I was even happy, since I can make this confession. And also, I don't know, I need advice on what to do next, because I don't know how I will be able to go and tell my uncle or anybody in the family that I was responsible for my cousin's death.
Okay. So far, so good. Did you the money that your friends, the gang you carried, the money that they shared? What did you use your money for?
No, the money I didn't even use it for anything because initially that money I was supposed to like get that money at least, then lie to my uncle that someone somewhere assisted me with money after maybe like 4 or 5 months. That's the plan I had. That I will come and tell him that someone somewhere assisted me with money to buy jam form and everything. Maybe hoping he will change his mind and say, okay, if you pass your jam, then I will sponsor you. That's the thing. But the money I didn't. The only thing I know I did with that money was that I got a new phone for myself.
Okay, basically, you guys, you've heard from this young man. He involved himself he got into crime because of the way his uncle treated him, depriving him from going to school, and because of that, he mistakenly, or rather, one of the gang members mistakenly shot his cousin brother, and he's late. So he's here to free his mind and needs your advice and need your prayers too. There is nobody that has not committed sin. Say he that is without sin should cast the first stone. So it was a mistake. And please, I want to this as a note to each and every one of you. If you know you have a family member that you carried for the reason of wanting to train the person, please do train the person for the reason in which you have carried the person. If you cannot, tell the person, I cannot, than taking the person out of where you take the person from, and with the hope of you're going to do something better for the person, and you turn the person into a house help or something else. Please and please, this should sound as a warning to everybody out there. I know you all are learned people. Drop your learned opinions, drop your observations, drop whatever you think would be of help to this situation. And for people that have not heard of this, or people that have not seen this to see it, share this video. Thank you very much and keep watching VAT3. Chi!